welcome back. Here we are again. Dr. Zach, Dr. Matt, loving this vertebro conversation we're having. Today we're going to talk about a really touchy subject, okay? We're going to talk about vaccines. Yes, so don't get too scared out there. We're not going to tell you what to do. We can't tell you to get a vaccine. We can't tell you not to get a vaccine. We just want to explain to you what a vaccine does and some of the things that you should know about it. So first and foremost, the vaccine is designed to help your body be able to mount a defense without having to face the actual virus. So for example, I usually tell a lot of the kids in my practice that when you fight off a virus, it's like a full-blown ninja coming at you, and your body has to fight the ninja, and it has to go through a bunch of battles to beat it. But once it beats it, it then recognizes the next time the ninja comes knocking on the door, and it can kick its butt easier. Where a vaccine is designed to basically take a ninja, cut off his arms, and maybe a leg, and then say, all right, go ahead and fight me. So your body can fight that virus a bit easier, or way easier, because it's been inhibited. But at the same time, because of that, because it's only learned how to fight an inhibited virus, that immunity isn't quite as effective as natural immunity. So getting the virus in most cases, for most conditions, is actually the best way to build up the best amount of immunity. But obviously there are situations where it may make more sense to get the vaccine.
Yeah, absolutely. And through research, they've noticed over the years that actually vaccines are effective really for about 10 years, they find, because as time goes on, just the effectiveness of it just decreases over time, essentially, too. So that's why they require the booster shots, right? And that's why every couple of years you tend to get them. So that's kind of another thing to know about that as well. And usually if you've defeated a virus like by yourself with that natural immunity, you actually have immunity throughout your whole lifetime. So that's just the power of your immune system at its core. Now, obviously, vaccines have been able to eradicate or very minimally. There's not a lot of instances of some significant diseases like polio, measles, mumps.
Sure.
Those are things that we just really don't see often nowadays. But some of the more concern, especially nowadays from parents and just people, as we become more educated, they find that within vaccines, it's not just part of the virus that's in there. There's other chemicals in there too. Yeah. For example, mercury, aluminum, ammonium sulfate, even a formaldehyde formula has been found. Yeah. Now, it's not saying that they're in high doses, but there can be trace amounts. And a lot of those are toxins to the body, neurotoxins, so it can affect your immune system. And that's where some of the adverse effects are just serious diseases that can occur. And it's not saying that happens all the time, but that's just people become aware of, and they hear those things, and it can be kind of scary too. So that's why we just recommend doing just research, really, and just come up with the best decision, for yourself.
Yeah.
And then a couple other statistics is that nowadays, throughout childhood, from birth to 18, this complete CDC schedule recommends 70 vaccines. And in 1980, that number was just 24. So that number has almost tripled in 40 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just really amazing.
Yeah, well, to add to that, if we go back to 1950 or even 1940, there was really only 3 or 4 vaccines that were given. And then by 1950, they added an additional one. I believe in 50 or 60, that's when polio was added. Mm-hmm. So we can see from where it started back in 1940 with only 4 or 5 vaccines, now up to 70 doses that we're giving our kids. So we just encourage people that you should really know what you're getting. And of course, to say that there isn't money involved with vaccines would be to put your head in the sand. So just make sure that when you're choosing to do whatever you want to do, know why you're doing it and know the actual risks associated with the condition that you're getting vaccinated for. Again, we're not here to tell you to do it or not to do it. We're just here to give you some background and some understanding of what a vaccine does, and really the stuff that can be in it and how it could affect your body. Mm-hmm. So, guys, I hope you learned a little bit today. We could really expound on this, but if you want more information, you can reach out to us. I will also encourage you to talk to your medical provider about it as well. And, of course, keep tuning in. We got lots of good stuff to dive into this next week. Thanks.